By doing this exercise, I hope that you'll see creative opportunity out there in the world that you might not normally pay attention to, might not normally expect to see. You know, if at home or something, someone opens the cupboard and they're confronted with something, you know, it's kind of fun, right? And this is something that someone's already designed to kind of catch your attention. Half the work's done for you, which you know we like a lot. So how can you re-engage with it? How can you play with that? Marker pens, paint pens, stickers, tape, scissors, paper, those are going to be the tools of our trade for this. All right, let's get started. In fact, I've already, I couldn't wait to do this one, so I've already started. So we've taken a box of cereal and thought, how can I tweak it in a really subtle way that kind of blends in with the packaging as it is, but changes it a little. Corn is one letter away from scorn. I made some S's. We're going to glue that on with our not very good glue stick. Just obliterate the thing you're going to be gluing, and then carefully peel it off. And of course, you're not trying to trick someone into thinking it's not what it is. It's just enough to make them give a second look. We could add some scorn to the chicken, like that. Maybe even give it a little eyeball. There, it's not very happy. So that is a very quick, simple one. Could be a good marketing thing for Kellogg's, scorn flakes. But let's see what else we've got in the cupboard. We've got some fluff. So like with fluff, you could, you know, we could change the letters. Fluff could be lots of things. Could be a little eye here, and this could be a little mouth. We could add a little nose, maybe. Maybe it's not as funny, but you know, it's kind of cute. I think that's kind of okay for the fluff. It's kind of cool packaging, even though it's probably poisonous to eat. Hey, here's some chickpeas. So this could be fun, and we could put little faces on the chickpeas. I might dot some eyeballs, although this pen is a bit leaky. It doesn't matter, we'll just leave it like that for now. So we'll maybe let that dry, but already it's kind of cute. Maybe you want to like play with the actual objects or what the food is. So we have this strained tomatoes here. So maybe if we turn this tomato into a character, maybe it wouldn't look that happy because it knows what's about to happen to it. Something like this, we could just put some stickers on. That little O looks like a mouth, so we can look at this, 2 stickers. Maybe we could do a little baby one. You could have little speech bubbles coming out of them. So that's another thing. I apologize to design people that made this for what I'm about to do. Does it look like anything else? Maybe I should work in marketing. I don't know. I don't know if there's been a crossover with Pokemon, but when this dries, we can turn it into poker soup or something. Got to catch them all. But anyway, there. If you can tell a little story with the characters or what you're doing, then that's even better. All its tears. There we go. So there's our little tomato soup or string tomatoes. Let's see if these chickpeas are dry now, even though I smushed up half the package. Or not quite, but we're just going to go for it. Apart from this guy, he's got a bit smushed. So there you go. So if you start to see this in the stores following this Skillshare, you'll know where they stole the idea from. But yeah, there you go. Look, that's a lot of fun, right? It's going to make you smile more when you're reaching for your chickpeas. And you can apply this not just to groceries, but to, you know, other stuff that you might buy around the house. See what you can find in the cupboards that you can draw over. So we're going to draw a new body on a piece of paper, and then we're going to hold it in front of a person, and then using our cameras or our phones or camera phones, we will take a picture and it will look sort of like the person has got another body. It's a bit like one of those things you might find on the beach or a fairground where you put your face in and you're given a new body. So we just need someone to participate in this exercise. Anyone? Anyone? So here we have a willing participant. So I've drawn a little mermaid sort of body, sort of fish body thing, and I've cut a little bit out. Let's just see what happens. Just going to hold it up. I'm going to close one eye. I'm going to try and line it up. Oh, but really I'm lining it up on my phone because that's where I'm going to take the picture. If I hold the piece too high, then it doesn't look that integrated. So sometimes it's good to hold it high and then just slowly bring it down until you feel it kind of clicks. The more you make them, you can tweak them. Maybe I should have made this narrower, for example, or cut it deeper, or, you know, maybe I'd color it in gray now that I know the person's wearing a gray top. Let's try another one. Let's try the kind of strong man. Do you want to pull a strong man face? Perfect. All right, that's kind of funny. So I made a little ballerina-y one, and I've added some arms to it. So here we use those little butterfly pins, or whatever they're called. I forgot what they're called. We'll double check what they're called. Maybe look up. All right. So there you go. A reason I really like this exercise is you're only doing half the work. Folding the paper and letting the ink or paint press on the other side completes the drawing. So we only have to do half the work, which is brilliant. So let's get going. Again, we're creating something, but we're not really worrying about too much what it is until later. And it's kind of training our brains to look at things and reevaluate what they might be after the fact. This is super simple. All you really need is some paper and some paint. Any kind of paint. I'm going to be using acrylic paint, and I've watered it down, mixed it together with a brush, and then we're ready to go. First is do the fold at the beginning. We're just going to fold it, don't need to be too careful. There we go. And then we're just going to make a blob. Let's do it on the other side. Let's add a little extra blob to it, lots of paint. Don't know what that is, doesn't really matter. Squash it down. Good to make sound effects with your mouth while you're doing it. And then we're going to open it up. Ooh, what is that? I'm not sure. Could be anything. But let it dry and we'll come back to it in a moment. All right, let's do another one. And I guess, you know, I guess psychologists, psychiatrists, people that use these kind of things, I guess they try and tap into, you know, your brain will see what it wants to see and will kind of make things it wants to make, and that will reveal something about you. So maybe that will happen when you do this exercise. Let's see. Oh my goodness, it's my mum. Sorry, Mum, I'll tidy my room, I promise. Look at this, she's really angry at this desk. I know that's what I was thinking about. My mum always would say, tidy room, tidy mind, and she would probably freak out if she saw all the clutter and chaos here. But you know, a little bit of chaos is okay, Mum. Anyway, let's see what your Rorschachs will reveal about you. Should we do one more? What's that, Bergsy? One more. Okay, one more. So let's see. Let's do it this way. See what happens this way. We'll do this bit of red, like that perhaps. A little bit of yellow, like that. Don't really know what we're doing. That's fine. Maybe even a little bit of blue. All right, let's squish. Whoa, that's kind of cool. And I might even just tilt this up, let that extra little bit run down. But look at that, look at these nice gradients, little soft colors and things, very nice. We'll let that dry and we'll see what it can be. Keep in mind while you're making this, just having fun. Again, it's exploring what the materials will do, how the paint will react, about the pressure on it. And it's about mark making and shape making without thinking about it, without like worrying about it. Start to combine things, play around with it. This is just a very starting point. It's for you to explore and see how far you can take it. I don't know what this looks like. Let's put a sticker on there. So immediately we've made a little character without even realizing it. You don't have to mirror them, but it kind of looks cool. I might be inclined to add a little nose, perhaps. Or you can just start to elaborate on it. Maybe some teeth. Now they look a little bit evil. Sorry about that. Let's give it some evil eyes like that. I'm not really sure. It kind of looks a bit like a rabbit. You could draw around it. Like that. Like that. There's a little rabbit. I'll give it a fluffy tail. Yeah. So, I mean, again, it's just like a starting point. You might go, wow, this is kind of a cool character. I'm going to redraw that now on another piece of paper. Just something you didn't think of that now it's in front of you and you can work on it. You could combine them. This to me looks a bit like a torso. So we could have that there. We could put my mum on the top like that. We could give her some hands like that. Here we go. Look at this. All right, I'll get in trouble if I say it's my mum. So let's just say it's a person. But look at those yoga pants. I mean, I would wear yoga pants like that. So here we have a little person that we made. A little Rorschach portrait.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to like and subscribe to stay up to date on all of our latest videos.